OCO, good evening, everyone. We practiced before we got started this evening and talked about how wonderful the mics are, and these are amazing mics. So I can bring my volume down a little bit and I think everyone will still be able to hear me just fine. OCO nagad, Galieli Jijedo, Awoha Dawadon. My name is Kristen Thomas, and I'm going to be your MC for this evening's event. It's so exciting to be here. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. We've missed you the last couple of years. It's wonderful to see some returning faces. It's wonderful to see some new faces with us today. And this is one of my favorite times of year. The holiday is, and Little Miss Cherokee. And I am a former Little Miss Cherokee, 1988. Let the record show. So as a former Little Miss Cherokee, it's pretty special to be up here. And I'll share one quick story. I was up here. There was a little wicker love seat, and I think we actually used it until maybe 2012. It was a while. That love seat saw a lot of Little Miss Cherokees sit in it. And someone asked me, Kristen, what are you going to be when you grow up? And I said, I'm going to be Miss Cherokee and Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation. And I can't help but wonder if that's why Chief Hoskin isn't here with us this evening. And so we need to talk about that. But no, it's just, this program's always been really, really special to me because everyone held me to that. At 4 years old, what did I know? I didn't know what I was talking about. But they really held me to that for the rest of my life. And I went on to have the privilege to serve as Miss Cherokee in 2002. And my political aspirations have changed since then. But this stage, this little love seat here helped change that, the trajectory for the rest of my life. And so this program's always been really special. And so it's such an honor to share this stage with your little ones this evening. And tonight helps us kick off the 70th annual Cherokee National Holiday, whose event theme this year is Forging a Legacy, and I firmly believe that there's no better legacy than the young people that we're here to meet this evening. And typically the event draws about 100,000 visitors or so from across the country, but as you know, a couple of years ago we had to make some modifications to be able to celebrate the holiday, and so we did that virtually. And a lot of our events turned to virtual events, those that we could, and we're really happy to be able to be in person this year. However, some of our events are still going to be live streamed, and that includes this our event this evening. So if you have anyone at home who couldn't be here, who's still on the road, have them tune in to www.thecherokeeholiday.com for a live stream for this evening's events. So if there's anyone else that needs that information, please send that text message to them right now. And for the last, 2 decades almost, goodness gracious, I've got to spend time with this program in lots of different capacities, but being an MC has definitely been my favorite over the years. The last few years I've got a chance to coordinate the program, which is a joy of mine, but being up here with the little ones, being able to just sit here with them, get a front row seat of all of their knowledge, listen to them showcase everything that they've been preparing for us for the last few weeks is just such an honor and such a joy. And with that, this year is extra special to me because I'm going to get to share the microphone, get to share the stage with another former Little Miss Cherokee. This former Little Miss Cherokee has also gone on to serve as Miss Cherokee, and she's doing that right now, and she's continued to serve the tribe and the country, the state, in lots of different capacities as a representative of the Cherokee Nation, and that's Miss Shelby Turtle. She is a former Little Miss Cherokee, former Junior Miss Cherokee. Somewhere in there, she found time to even represent the state as Junior Miss Indiana, Oklahoma, and now serves us as Miss Cherokee. So I would love to welcome Miss Shelby Turtle to the stage with me this evening. want to stand here all night, though, so let's go have a seat, Shelby. As we were practicing, we learned how bouncy this love seat is. And so we bounced all over the place, especially the little ones. They had a really good time doing that. So pardon if we're a little messy up here this evening, but along with Miss Shelby, it is just, we have a list of dignitaries here with us this evening, and I would like to ask Shelby to go ahead and let us know who has joined us this evening, and the names just keep on coming in. Or is this a new contestant? Ma'am, I need you to sign in at registration, and we'll get you in as quickly as possible. That's Miss Londa. And Miss Londa, which age division would you like to join? 4 to 6. Everyone in the back, let's go ahead and make that amendment. And we're going to add Miss Londa Cox to that category as well. Shelby, your eyesight's a lot better than mine. Will you let us know who we have in the audience this evening?
Absolutely. So in the audience this evening, we have former council member Harley Buzzard. We have Cameron Fight James, assistant to Chief Hoskin Jr. Corey Bunch, Chief of Staff. Former council member David Walkingstick. And visiting us this evening is Miss Muskogee Creek Nation, Tima Yarji.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So many beautiful faces in the crowd, and so we are, again, so happy to be here together. And I'd like to hear a little more about Shelby. I've got to watch Shelby grow up from this stage and to many others as well. And she's doing so much now, I honestly can't keep up with her. So Shelby, can you tell us a little bit about what your years look like, and just visit with us a little bit about being Miss Cherokee?
Well, Oceanigod, Meli Dawadoa, Tosco Sawu Yawada Tied, Awi Uniasti, Oklahoma Digagai, Joe E. Ichidatia, Nidiga de la Quasco, Juya La, Kalaga E. Deeth, Waga La, Landia, Judy de la Quadi, Na Na, Tali, Ichida Legi, Dega de la Quai, Political Science, Ala Criminal Justice. Hello, everyone, and good evening. I'm very excited to be with you all. My name is Shelby Turtle, and I'm the 2021-2022 Miss Cherokee. I'm 21 years old and from Park Hill, Oklahoma. I'm a junior at Northeastern State, where I'm a double major in Political Science and Criminal Justice. And after completing my undergraduate studies, I hope to attend law school. And this year has been nothing short of amazing, being able to represent the Cherokee Nation in this capacity, being able to grow up immersed and engaged within the Cherokee culture, being able to serve in this leadership position is my dream way of being able to give back to the community that has given me so much and shaped me into the person I am today. And so I'm very excited to be with you all this evening to watch these young Cherokees demonstrate their cultural knowledge and their leadership skills on this stage, and I really hope that you enjoy this evening.
What else, Shelby? I'd like to also hear from perhaps a former Little Mr. Cherokee. I really don't know. Let's find out. We have Chief of Staff, Mr. Corey Bunch, with us this evening, and he wears lots of hats these days. As long as I've known Mr. Bunch, he's always worn a lot of hats, and so it's such a privilege to have you here with us this evening. And any chance you did serve as Little Mr. Cherokee?
Absolutely no chance that I ever served as Little Mr. I don't even think they would have let me in the building, Kristen. I was probably in the principal's office whenever they were having the competition. OCL Nagad, Corey Bunch, Chief of Staff. What a great day in the Cherokee Nation. It's exciting to see everyone out there this evening. I see a lot of folks that I know, a lot of friends. Some of us go way back, and it's great to see you guys here this evening. What a beautiful facility it is, Kristen. I want to say thank you to Cornerstone Church for allowing us to use this facility. It's really terrific. I also want to recognize a friend of mine, Stephanie Conda from the BIE. Where are you at, Stephanie? There you are, Stephanie. The Bureau of Indian Education. Stephanie and I work closely on a lot of matters. Thank you for introducing the dignitaries, by the way. I cannot turn my voice down. I'm a former public school teacher and a former public school principal, so I'm just kind of loud. I just want to say Chief Hoskins sends his regards. He is in some COVID safety protocols today. He just went into those today. He's a leader by example. He likes to keep everyone safe, and he sends his regards. But under Chief Hoskins and Deputy Chief Warner's leadership, the Cherokee Nation, I assure you, is reaching new heights that we've never seen before, and we're stronger than we have ever been before. So we want to thank those guys. I also want to recognize members of the committee for Little Ambassadors and also Miss and Junior Miss Cherokee. Raise your hand if you're one of those committee members or judges if you're here this evening. I guess they're all here. Raise them up high. We can't see you. All right. Well, it takes a lot of work, so let's give them a round of applause, please. You know, Kristen, you made that remark about 1980s. Wow, I have this late 1980s, she says. I have this kind of this dad joke. Anytime I hear something about the 1980s, I tell my wife, I said, I wasn't even born in the 1980s. And then she assures me, yes, you were. You weren't born in the 1980s, honey. You were born in the 1970s. So yeah, I like that little dad joke though. But we really appreciate you guys for being here this evening. This program is brought to us by the Youth Leadership Program that is directed by Leah Turtle. Where are you at, Lisa? There you are, way back there in the back. Brought to us by Education Services. Thank you, Lisa, for this program. The overall goal for Little Cherokee Ambassadors is to begin instilling leadership skills into these young boys and girls. Because someday they will become the leaders for our nation. You will see them in leadership positions, either working for the Cherokee Nation, maybe they're going to be tribal council members, maybe they're going to be a deputy chief or a chief. I fully believe that. So we want to say thank you to the parents for helping these young folks to get to that point. We also want to say that this program helps these young students achieve their own dreams. It's good to start dreaming early, and again, just admire these young folks for what they do. There are 3 different groups. One group is from 4 to 6. I think one's from 7 to 9, and the other one's from 10 to 12. They're going to choose a boy and a girl from each group. And one of the things that we hope that these young students will focus on, whether they're a winner of the competition or not, is we want to encourage them to learn more about their Cherokee culture, their history, the lifeways, the language. So no matter what the outcome of tonight's competition is, please keep working with them. And it's our responsibility as adults, especially elders in the room, it's our responsibility to continue to teach these young folks and to shape them into who we want them to become. And I just can't say how much we appreciate that. But I won't take much more of your time. I just want to say best of luck to each contestant this evening. And again, no matter who wins this competition, you're all special to the Cherokee Nation, and we appreciate every young student and every young child. We also appreciate you parents and grandparents for, again, leading them to this position because you're raising the next Cherokee leaders. So, Wado, Kristen, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Before you leave the stage, though, I got to apologize. I failed to ask you to pray for us today, and we firmly believe that these young folks here are our legacy, but we want to say a word of prayer over them and everyone who's here today and those of us who couldn't, or those who couldn't be with us this evening. So do you mind getting us started with the word of prayer?
I would absolutely love that. Let's all bow, please. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for allowing us to come together this evening, Lord, just to share in the fellowship with one another and the fun with one another, Lord, and this competition. It's a friendly competition, Lord, and we just thank you for allowing us to come together. Lord, there's so many great people in this audience, so many parents and grandparents and relatives, and we thank you for allowing them to be here with us this evening. Lord, I pray that you just bless each and every young person here in this competition this evening, Lord. Continue to guide them, continue to help their parents to train them up as the way they should go, Lord, and we know that they'll never forget that if that's what happens. Father, I pray that you just continue to bless these young folks, Lord. Just help them to grow into the leaders that we hope that they will become, Father. Lord, and I pray that you just let us have fun tonight. It's a fun celebration, and we just, again, thank you for allowing us to come together. Father, I also pray that you just bless the judges, Lord, and the committee members for putting on this event for us this evening. Bless the Cherokee Nation, and thank you for another successful year. And I pray that you just keep each and every person here safe, not only tonight, but throughout this holiday week. And all these things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Widow. Well, Shelby, we have the easy job tonight. Chief of Staff took care of all of the things. He's blessed us in prayer. And you and I just get to kick back and hang out with the little ones. And I'm going to stop getting up and down so I don't fall down on the stage, because that was the one thing we practiced in our rehearsal with the others earlier. But there are 3 individuals who have a little more difficult of a job this evening, and those are our judges. But I know each of them are really excited to be here with us. Hopefully, I forgot their snacks, so I hope they don't get hungry before we're finished. But let's go ahead and let's meet our judges this evening. Our first judge is Kinley Henson. Kinley's from a small community of Proctor, located in Adair County, and she attended and graduated high school in 2012. So those dad jokes can just keep on coming. Kinley might not have, she might be able to stick to that not being around in the 80s. In 2017, Kinley went on and graduated from Northeastern State University with a bachelor's degree in media studies with an emphasis in public relations. And with the tribe, she sure put that to work, she has. After graduating college, Kinley completed the Remember the Removal bike ride, and she's gone on to work for the tribe for over 5 years in various roles, and it's been a privilege to work with her in most of those. She's worked with the Cherokee Phoenix, the Community and Cultural Outreach, and now she's in communications, where she oversees the tribe's social media accounts. So we can thank her for all of that hard work. And Kinley, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. Widow.
Our second judge this evening is Tanya Steele. Tanya is a native of Tahlequah and is a former Miss Cherokee and Miss Indian Oklahoma. She has worked with the Cherokee Nation for the past 19 years and is currently a Cherokee language curriculum developer, where she helps create the course content for the students in the Cherokee syllabary. Tanya is the mother to 4 daughters and enjoys following them to all band competitions and football games. She is in a relationship with Darryl Falling and enjoys spending time traveling and going to OU football games with him and her daughters. In her spare time, she likes to finger weave, garden, and can her vegetables from their garden. Please welcome Tanya, and thank you for being with us this evening.
And finally, we have Kenny Glass. Kenny was born and raised in Kansas, Oklahoma. He is Cherokee and Wyandotte. Kenny has been involved with the Cherokee Language Master Apprentice Program for the last 2.5 years. After graduation from the program in February, he went directly back into the program to work alongside native speakers to help facilitate language sessions for program participants. Kenny is also a textile artist. He enjoys making Cherokee clothing and seeing his work worn by friends and family. And we really appreciate Kenny from taking a break from his upcoming fashion show to join us this evening. So if you hear Kenny prick his finger in the back, then he's probably just cramming for that fashion show. But judges, thank you all so much for being here with us this evening. And while they get settled, I'd like to go ahead and dive right on into our kind of order of competition. For anyone who's new, just want to give you an idea of what to expect this evening. We are going to start with our 4 to 6 year olds. Got some boys and got some girls that are going to join us on stage momentarily. Then we'll go directly into 7 and 9 and finish with our 10 to 12 year olds this evening. After we finish each age division, we're going to ask the contestants to return to the stage. We have lots of gifts for them, and we want to take some time to recognize all of everyone who's participated this evening, and that's also when the winners are going to be announced. However, the official crowning and photos will not take place until the end of the event, so we definitely hope everyone can stay and join us for the entire program. And let's just keep in mind that our judges' decisions are final, and they're back there, and they're not missing a single thing. So we really appreciate them, and we want to respect them in their roles as well. And parents, just as a reminder, if your ambassador is selected to represent the tribe for this year in an official capacity, ask you to hang out for a bit. Be prepared to do that right after our official portraits so that we can take care of some paperwork and all of that fun stuff. And maybe the kids will share snacks with us. We'll see. Shelby, are you ready to get started?
Absolutely.
Let's do this. So in our 4 to 6 age division, we're first going to hear from Carson. And Carson is in the back playing hopscotch or Foursquare. Foursquare's back, although I think they call it something different now. I don't know that it's Foursquare anymore. But they're in the back having a jolly time. So we're going to wait for Carson to join us up on stage and hear from her and see exactly what she has prepared for us. But first, let's learn about who Carson is. Carson's 5 years old. She's currently in kindergarten. This past summer, she completed swim lessons and enjoyed her first season of softball, as well as her first dance recital. She had a busy summer. Carson looks forward to her second football season as a Tiger cheerleader and cheering for the team with her big brother Caden. Looks like that's his team. And in her spare time, she enjoys camping, summer vacations with her family. Hey Carson, you want to come sit by us, sweetie? Hi. We're just learning about you've had a busy summer. Let's keep going. The list just is, it doesn't end here. She's busy out in the country between all of those vacations, taking care of pets, taking rides in the evening on the Ranger. Her calico cat, Callie, is her favorite cat. However, she really, really loves Maggie, who is her corgi puppy. So I have a corgi puppy too. Her name isn't Maggie though. But Carson, are you ready to get started with us this evening? Yes. So we have in this envelope right here, I'm going to ask Miss Shelby to open it for us. It's all sealed up. She might have to use her like a retina screen or scan to get that open for us. And we got some questions hiding in there. We want to make sure. Need an extra hand? Let's go one for you and one for me. How's that sound? Let's see what's in these questions here. You ready, Carson? Yes, I sure hope these are questions. These are questions. Hey. Do you mind if I ask you 3? Yeah, are you ready for that? Okay. Carson, can you say hello and thank you in Cherokee?
Sawa. and Wado.
Thank you, Carson. Carson, can you tell me the capital of the Cherokee Nation?
Tauqua.
And last question, what is your favorite Cherokee word and what does it mean?
Wesa cat.
Wesa cat. Carson, thank you so much this evening. And I hear that you also have brought something to talk to us about. Did you bring us a corn husk doll? Yeah. So these are my friends Savannah and Grace over here. They're going to meet you right here at the microphone. You want me to help you down? There you go. Let you head right over to the microphone and tell us about the corn husk doll that you brought for us this evening.
So I made it with like my Lolo, and we first put a corn husk in a water and waited for it to dry, and we put like those rice balls. I think they're called that, but they're not. And then I think it, and I put a skirt on it, and then made arms.
Widow Carson. Carson, do you want to take that corn husk doll with you back to Mom, or do you want my friends over there to hold on to it for you?
I want to take it to my mom.
You want to take? It's a nice one. I would too. Thank you so much, Miss Carson. That is the challenging part, you know. It's they get a long list of questions to practice. They have to narrow down their favorite pets. This is exhausting, but those stairs, heading up and down it, judges, I'm glad you don't have to judge based on that for sure. So thank you so much, Carson. Shelby, do you know who we have next?
Let's welcome our second contestant, Winnie. Winnie is 6 years old and in the first grade. She loves to draw, ride her bike, and do cartwheels. She enjoys playing games with her big brothers and taking care of her kitten, Mr. Boots. Please welcome contestant number 2, Winnie. We've got a few questions for you. Are you ready? Yeah. So the first question is, say hello and thank you in Cherokee.
Leah Wado.
Thank you. Second question, what is the capital of the Cherokee Nation?
Tauqua.
And lastly, what is your favorite Cherokee word and what does it mean?
G-stew. It means rabbit.
Thank you for those answers. And I hear that you are going to talk to us about basket weaving today. Is that right? Yeah. So would you like to go move to the mic and share a little bit about baskets with us?
Tonight I will be sharing how to make a basket. The Cherokee word for basket is taluja. This is a basket that I made. My brother helped me. I used reed, but you can also use honeysuckle. First, very important, soak the reed in water, or it will snap and break. Gather reed pieces the same length. And divide them in half. Then form a cross and grab a longer And grab a longer piece called a runner and weave over and under 3 times. These are your spokes. Then weave over and under. Now it looks like a water spider. Form the walls up as you go. If it starts to get dry, place it back in the water. When you get to the top, loop the spokes over each other and back into the basket. Taluja. Usti Taluja. Wado.
Thank you, contestant number 2, Winnie. And if you would like to join your parents, you are more than welcome to.
Widow Winnie, I believe I can see contestant number 3, Miss Harley. Harley is 5 years old. She's in kindergarten, and she too has been busy. She is in her 4th year of ballet and is active in her school's soccer program. Harley is also a lover of drawing, singing, and cooking. Miss Harley, you want to come join us, dear? Thank you. When she grows up, she wants to be, and I quote, a ballerina, police officer, the commas keep coming, folks, bear with me, cowgirl, a doctor, a vet, a teacher, and the president. She didn't hear my story earlier, did she? Then she says she wants to be a mom. Miss Harley, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. We have a few questions. Are you ready for some questions? Yeah. Okay. Harley, ooh, can you say hello and thank you in Cherokee?
Wada and Osio.
Wado. What is the capital of the Cherokee Nation?
Tampa Mumbo.
Okay. Can you tell me what is your favorite Cherokee word and what does it mean?
Osio and Wada.
Widow Harley, thank you so much. And Harley, let me see, I've got some notes here. I hear that you are going to discuss some storytelling and some artwork. Is that right? Yes. Would you like to head on over to the microphone so you can have your very own and tell us about storytelling and artwork? Okay.
So there was a time when the animals can touch the people, and the people can send the animals, but not anymore. But a long time ago. So I'm going to tell you what. There's this story about
two birds wanted to marry one beautiful woman. It goes like this. There's these two birds. One was a twain, and the other one was a hummingbird. This hummingbird, the hummingbird was handsome and he was beautiful. And the twain, he wasn't that handsome. He was tiny bit. He was kind of can't remember one of them. What he wasn't good. So this beautiful woman, those two birds wanted to marry her. She turned to decide which one she wanted to marry. So she said, "You guys are going to have a race. You guys are going to do the whole entire earth, So it's going to take 4 days." So she said, "No." The hummingbird was the fastest, and people tended to see him. He was that fast. And the twain took off too, but he took off too, but he flew very slow and very like slow motion. And it was getting nighttime, and they didn't know is the twain can fly at night. It had a west like that hummingbird did. So it was getting a 4 dart, and the hummingbird, "I'm gonna fly up to the tree and take the west." So he took the west, and the twain passed him, and the hummingbird, he thought he was way ahead of him, so he took off again. And then it was sitting for lunch. It was sitting a little dark, so he took the west. And then the morning, the hummingbird thought he was way ahead, but he wasn't. The twain, they were getting close to that woman's house, so they took off. And the hummingbird said, "I'm gonna win this tomorrow. I'm gonna win this race and marry that beautiful woman." So he lay down again, and the twain passed him, and he won. The twain won. And that's how the story went.
Widow Harley, do you want to join your parents down there? Yes, okay. You're free to do that. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. I see some more coming. I can't see who that is, though. Shelby, who is that?
That looks like our next contestant number 4, Camille. Camille is 4 years old. She loves singing, dancing in powwows, and doing Bruno yoga.
Shelby, do you have any idea what Bruno yoga is?
I do not. I think we're going to have Camille explain that to us.
Judges, with your authority, can I add a 4th question for Miss Camille? Yes, okay.
Camille, would you like to come join us? Do you want to have a seat? So we have a couple questions for you this evening. Are you ready? So our first question is, can you say hello and thank you in Cherokee?
Yeah. 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 Wado.
Wado. Our next question is, what is the capital of the Cherokee Nation?
Tequila.
And our last question is, what is your favorite Cherokee word and what does it mean?
you love.
Thank you, Camille. And it looks like you will be sharing a song with us this evening, Jesus Loves Me. Is that correct? Would you like to head over to the mic and share your beautiful song with us?
Agi gayi, agi go what you together. Sineos legit jelly, ikitane hana testali. Agi gayi jisa, agi gayi jisa, agi gayi jisa, agi go what you together. One more time. Jisad gayi, agi go what you together. Dini osli jutjari, ikitani haneti stali. Agi gayi jisa, agi gayi jisa. Agi gayi jisa, agi go what you together.
Widow Camille, thank you, dear. Is there anything else? Does that finish up your song?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Do you want to head back down to your family in the audience? Okay. Thank you so much, dear. Well, our notes just keep on flooding in, but I also want to verify those. It looks like Ivan could not be here with us this evening. Is that correct, Brandy? Don't want to miss out on anyone. I know we've had some folks some young ones who had some things that came up this evening and couldn't be here with us, and so trying to definitely don't want to miss out on anybody that showed up. So we are going to go ahead and move on. Shelby, what do you have on your agenda after Ivan?
So now I would like to invite our 2021-2022 Junior Miss Cherokee, Leah Gardner, to the stage to share a song with us.
Sioni God ligweg dawado, skigadu yawade tied amohi janela, skohi sine de genido galaskalisko ale awethugo on laskaliska. Hi everyone, my name is Leah Gardner. I am 15 years old. I am from Salina, Oklahoma. I am a sophomore at Salina High School where I play softball and cheer, and I am the current reigning 2021 through 2022 Junior Miss Cherokee. A big part of my role as Junior Miss Cherokee is to share my culture with others. A big part of our culture is Cherokee hymns. So tonight I would like to sing you one of our Cherokee hymns. Uoduha dikwenasa agitleya nuwehana nadowaji galadadi talineya adanela dikwenasa wijigati talineyo gajiyohu nakuase wijigati talineyo Gaji Yahu. Thank you, and Wado.
Leah Wado, I know that there's probably some things that may have inspired you to become Junior Miss Cherokee, and the Little Miss Cherokee stage might be a familiar place for you. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. I was the 2017 through 2018, I believe, 10 through 12-year-old Little Cherokee ambassador.
I was looking that up today. I have some photos of some of our former groups in my office, and so I get to see that one every day. And I was thinking it was 2017 as well. And so this is, ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, families, sometimes this is what we're getting them into today. They continue on and continue to serve the tribe in larger capacities, just as Chief of Staff Bunch was talking about earlier. And so, Leah, I wanted to give you an opportunity to maybe just share some encouraging words with some of the little contestants that you've seen this evening. Do you have anything that you'd like to share with them?
Yeah, I can share a couple things. I just want to thank you, parents, for encouraging your kids to take part in this. I really, truly believe this shapes our kids and brings them up in a way that they are confident in leadership, in their leadership abilities, and that they're able to hopefully someday serve our tribe in much bigger capacities than this. And for our little girls, I definitely want you guys to continue to stay interested in these leadership positions, and hopefully I get to see you guys one day run for Junior Miss Cherokee or for Miss Cherokee, or to see you grow up and to be the great leaders of our nation.
So proud of you and everything that you've done, not only the last year, but just being able to watch you grow since you competed here for Little Miss Cherokee. And goodness, I guess that's been 5 years ago, hasn't it? The time goes by so quickly. And I know that that's the case for our judges as well. So thank you, Miss Leah. I'll take that mic from you. I'm just collecting them over here. I'm probably the last person in this room they should have trusted with all of these microphones, but I know that the judges do have tough decisions to make, and sorry I couldn't find out what Bruno Yoga was. We will research that later, and judges, I will let you know for sure. So Tanya, you don't have to look that up right now. But let's go ahead, and I know we said that we were going to bring all of our contestants back on stage, but for the sake of the evening, and our contestants they've already been here for a couple of hours. So Shelby, do you think it's okay to go ahead and just move on with our 7 to 9? Okay, let's go ahead and just move on to our 7 to 9, and we will bring our 4 to 6-year-olds up in just a little while once we have those tabulations. So we want to make sure that we're not rushing them whatsoever. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. It looks like we have 6 contestants. Shelby, who do we have first today?
Looks like she's making her way to the stage. This evening we have contestant number 1, Aaliyah. Aaliyah is 7 years old. She has been awarded for her Indigenous art drawings, represented Belle Powwow 2019-2020 as the Junior Princess. She loves dancing cloth and jingle style. She also enjoys reading, singing, and learning Cherokee.
Your dress there? There you go. Yeah. I tell you folks, that's the most difficult part. You want to come join us right here? Come have a seat with us.
We've got a few questions for you this evening. Are you ready? Yep. So the first question is, describe one traditional Cherokee craft.
Clay bead necklaces. how you make them is you find the clay and you roll them up into balls, and then you poke a hole in them, and then you let them dry for 2 days, and then you put them over a fire for 7 hours with dough.
Wado. Your second question is, who was the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and when did she become chief?
Wilma Mankiller, she became chief 1985. With dough.
And your last question is, name 2 days of the week in Cherokee.
Friday, Donkey Lost. Wednesday, Don't Inega. With dough.
Wado. And it looks like you will be demonstrating Kanachi for us this evening. Is that correct? Would you like to share your cultural knowledge with us?
We say that the judges have a difficult job, and they definitely have a difficult job this evening, but we have lots of volunteers here who are taking on big tasks, and Miss Savannah Smith is pulling out all the stops with her boom work here, so we appreciate all of our volunteers. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Siêu nega du galeri ti luka Aaliyah ti daudo gasquo nu de tienta Stewart, Oklahoma. Day one nigita ayatitaka. Today I'm going to show you how to make kanachi, a traditional Cherokee food. First you will need sohi. This is a hickory nut. Sohi asosot. This is used to crack the nut. Teat. This is a basket. This is used to sift a large shell from the nut. Take the insides over to here. Pour them in here. Astostoti. Canon. This is used to pound the nuts until it conforms into a ball. This is a kanachi ball. This can be stored for future use. To cook it, place it in water to make a broth. Strain the broth to remove the tiny shells. Then you can add hominy and grits, or nowadays rice and sugar. Dayu tet, it's delicious. Don't daga ha'i wado.
Wado, Aaliyah, thank you for sharing. Would you like to go join your parents in the audience? Yes?
I'm a big believer in lifelong learning, And I learned something this evening. I had no idea you weren't supposed to prepare and eat the entire Kanachi ball at once. And no idea you could save it for future use, but I kind of enjoy having all of it at once. So we keep on learning. Let's see what contestant number 2 has to teach us this evening. Contestant number 2 is Raina. Raina is 7 years old and is half Cherokee. Learning language is very important to her, and she is a part of the Blue Clan. Here comes Raina this evening. So, Raina, you want to join us? Come have a seat with us. Yeah. See your parents out there? Yeah. I knew they wouldn't leave. We've been waiting in anticipation. We all have. I have 3 questions here for you, okay? Let me trade hands with my microphone so I can get a little closer to you. The first is, please describe one traditional Cherokee craft.
It is corn husk dolls because they were made for us to play with.
Wado. Number 2, who was the first principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and when did she become chief?
1985. Wilma Mankiller.
Wado. And your final question, did you prepare for 4 this evening? Bet you knew the answer to all of them, huh? Well, our third and final question this evening is, can you name 2 days of the week in Cherokee?
Junkie Los because it is the start of the weekend and it is Friday. Dolaguasca because it is church day and it is Sunday.
Wado. Let's see. Did you prepare a song for us this evening? Do you enjoy singing? Will you sing one for us? Okay. You're going to head right over there to the microphone. Miss Savannah is going to meet you, and she's going to get you all set up at the mic, okay? Alrighty.
Da Gahuida Uli Heli Stira Squatiska Da Gahuida Gaida Gahuida Asanale Gio Sagagana Gisai Da Gahuida Galarida Gahuida Asanale Gio Sagagana Gisai Da Gahuida Da.
Squidoo? Yeah, okay. It's going to wrap her up this evening. Thank you so much. You want to head back into the audience? You want to go sit down? All righty, you can do that. Sure to hold on to your dress. Shelby, I show that we've got someone else this evening. Who do we have this evening?
We do. Our next contestant this evening is contestant number 3, Ella. Ella is in the 2nd grade. She enjoys learning and speaking Cherokee. Ella also loves to sing and color her Cherokee coloring books. She also enjoys playing basketball, softball, and cheering. We are going to ask Ella if she will join us over here for a couple questions. So this evening we have three questions prepared for you. Are you ready? Yes. So your first question is, describe one traditional Cherokee craft.
One traditional Cherokee craft is a corn husk doll. Corn husk dolls are made out of extra corn husk for the children to play with.
Wado. Your second question is, who was the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and when did she become chief?
Wilma Mankiller was elected in 1985.
And your final question is, name 2 days of the week in Cherokee. Well, thank you, Ella. And it looks like you will be singing us a song this evening. Would you like to share it with us? Yes. If you go over to that mic.
Ella, what are you going to sing for us this evening?
Unafana jujali diniosli wanne hakala wadi uduhi nanani doni noki ugawi ujujali dani noki skiskai uguiu diniosli dananogi Juo do doti danena digana sa ugawiu jujeliga unatana tiwanaha galaladi diti geu hinaski diniosli wane hagaladi uduhi Nanani doni nogi ugawi ujujali dani no kiskai uguiu diniosli dananogi juwo du doti danana diganasa ugawi ujujaliga Unatana tiwanha galaladi.
Wado, Ella, would you like to join your family back in the audience?
What up, Miss Ella? Looks like we have 3 more contestants this evening for our 7 to 9 girls. Contestant number 3 is Miss Carly. Carly is 8 years old and is in the 3rd grade. Carly participates in competitive gymnastics and cheerleading. She loves spending time with family and friends. Carly is a member of North Star Church and loves Jesus with all her heart. Carly, do you want to come join us on stage? Carly, can I ask you some questions? Yes? So we have 3 of them here. Question number 1. Describe one traditional Cherokee craft.
One traditional Cherokee craft is basket weaving. They are double wall. They are made from honeysuckles, white oak, and river cane. They can also be dyed darker colors.
Wado. Second question. Who was the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and when did she become chief?
Wilma Mankiller. She became chief in 1987.
Wado. And our final question. Name 2 days of the week in Cherokee.
Taline Iga is Tuesday. Joine Iga is Wednesday.
Wado, Carly. Carly, do you have a song prepared for us this evening? Would you like to sing that to us now? Okay. Would you head right over to the microphone?
Une lana iu weji iga guya naiku josa we say iga guya ona ase no I une j e eu no do lena tali nato jilu jili uda nayu najo.
Wado. Let's see. I think I see someone coming now, but I can't tell who it is. Shelby, can you see who that is?
That looks like our next contestant number 5, Madison. Madison is 7 years old and is in the 2nd grade. She has 3 dogs, Albert, Addie, and Mia, and a cat named Mama. She loves nature, animals, and even bugs and snakes. Over the summer, she has taken a Cherokee language course at her local community center and learned a lot. Madison also made a lot of friends with her fellow classmates. They learned a lot, and she hopes to be able to take more classes in her community when they are offered. Madison says, and I quote, "If I win, I hope to be able to teach my classmates at school the words I learned in the Cherokee class I took." So we have 3 questions for you this evening. Are you ready? So the first is, describe one traditional Cherokee craft.
Othio.
Our second question is, who was the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and when did she become chief?
2022?
And our last question is name 2 days of the week in Cherokee.
Thursday? Friday.
Thank you, Madison. And I hear that you are going to be sharing a song with us this evening. Are you ready to sing? Would you like to move over to that mic and share your song with us?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Thank you, Madison. Would you like to join your family back in the audience?
You see your family out there?
Wado and Madison.
Okay, do we see anyone else coming? I think I see Laura. Laura is 7 years old. Sorry? Lara, thank you so much, Lara. Lara is 7 years old and enjoys playing with her friends, going to church, doing gymnastics, and cheerleading. Lara's favorite food is spaghetti. She's like me. She loves her candy too. Lara, you want to come join us up here? Lara, I have 3 questions for you, okay? The first is, describe one traditional Cherokee craft.
Making dolls out of corn husk.
Okay. Second, who was the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and when did she become chief?
Wilma Shambaugh, and she became elected in 1985.
Wado. And the final question, not really a question, more of a request. Please name 2 days of the week in Cherokee. You forgot my Cherokee. I forget my Cherokee a lot sometimes too, so that's just fine. Do you have a demonstration for us this evening? Don't you going to talk to us about some things? Is it food? Yes, yes. We both love candy and we both love cultural cooking. You want to go tell us about that? Alrighty.
This is how to make wild onions and eggs. These are my ingredients, and these help me know what they are. Alright, first you're gonna pick your wild onions, and then you're gonna get your eggs, and then you are gonna take your wild onions and put them into a pan, and then you're gonna put water into your pan, and you're gonna put your baking grease into the pan, and then you're gonna put your lid on your pan and let it sizzle. And then you're gonna crack your egg, and then you're gonna put your egg into the pan, and then you're gonna mix it up, and then you're gonna add your salt and pepper, and then that's how you make your wild onions and your eggs. That's it.
Widow Lara, do you see your family? You want to join them in the audience? Yeah? Okay. You can go join them. She's taking her recipe with her. You guys should have, hope you took notes. Savannah, did you get that recipe? We have pictures, so those will be available in PDFs on the Cherokee Holiday website. Give us 7 to 10 business days, please. So that concludes our girls for 7 to 9. And again, I tell you, I just keep learning more and more. But we do have one gentleman left to hear from. And so I'd like to hear from him. Shelby, who do we have?
Our next contestant is William. William is 9 years old and excited to start the 4th grade. He loves growing up on the family farm and getting to work and play with his cousins and brothers, which is really fun. He has a dog and cat named Flash and Tiny who help him and his family on the farm. I'd like to invite William to join us for a couple questions. So we've got a few questions for you, and the first one is describe one traditional Cherokee craft.
So there's this game called spit stick ball, and so the men have 2 sticks that have a really good net that they have to use both of them to grab the ball. If they hit, then there's going to be a pole on both sides. If you hit the pole, that's 1 point. But if you hit the fish, which will be on top of both poles, will be 2 points. And the women get to have sticks, or they don't have to have sticks, and just use their bare hands.
Your second question is, who was the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and when did she become chief?
Wilma Mankiller. $1985.
And your last question is, can you name 2 days of the week in Cherokee?
Nagine'ika, which is Thursday. Jukilosti is Friday.
Wado William. And it looks like you've prepared some Cherokee songs to share with us this evening. Are you ready to sing?
Yep.
Yep. You want to move over to the mic?
Juwaka he unote, unote, unote. Juwaka he unote, me lage huji. Which is Mary Had a Little Lamb in Cherokee. Etsi ayetsa awohiu. Totikatuna squisadu, totikatuna gadu gadu, totikatuna squisadu, which is shortman bread in Cherokee. Wado.
Wado William, if you could join your family back in the audience. And it looks like that concludes our 7 to 9 age competition. And so now I would like to invite Junior Miss Cherokee, Leah Gardner, back to the stage to share a story with us.
Thank you, Shelby. And I believe Miss Leah has a really special story prepared for us. We're going to call this the halftime show. Does that work for you?
That's fine.
Yes. Has nothing on the NFL halftime show, I'm sure. So thanks for being here with us. And goodness, being a little ambassador, being Junior Miss Cherokee, being Miss Cherokee, it's glamorous, but it's also hard work. And we've definitely put these ladies to work this evening. And so as coordinator, I'm glad that they are available to be here with us and to help me look good up here on stage. So thank you. And Leah, I think we're just going to go ahead and hand the stage over to you because you may need all of it, won't you? Yes. Is there anything that we can do to help with that?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Well, Shelby, let's hand it over to the halftime show.
Thank you. For this story, I will be grabbing some of the contestants to help me act out this story a little bit. So today, I would like to share with you the story of the first pot. So a long time ago, there was these 3 warriors, and their job was to go from village to village, just making sure that everything was the way it was supposed to be, that everything was in order. They would go to village, making sure that the children were being taught, that the women were being taken care of, and that the elders were being respected. So today I need 3 boys from the audience to volunteer to be my 3 warriors. Any volunteers? Yeah. Okay, we got 1. We need 2 more warriors. This warrior can't do it by itself. He needs 2 helpers. Anybody want to be my 2 warriors? Anyone? You 2 right there? You 2 want to come up? Thank you. Yeah, give these 3 warriors a hand. And these 3 warriors were very, very dedicated to their jobs, so they didn't have time to pay attention to any of the girls in the villages until one day they saw this Wado, this beautiful Cherokee girl. And this girl was going to the creek to get water for her grandparents, and she was carrying the water in a basket. So I'm going to have you act like you're holding a basket, and I'm going to have you walk over here to the creek. And then I'm going to have you walk back over here to your grandparents' house, okay? Okay. So the girl was getting water from the creek, and the boys were watching her, the warriors, and they said, "Look at that beautiful Cherokee girl." And the first warrior said, "Watch, I'm going to get her attention." Say, "I'm going to get her attention." Say, "I'm going to get her attention."
I'm gonna get her attention.
The warrior said, "Yeah, I want to get her attention too. I want to talk to her." So the first warrior began to dance. Act like you're dancing. Yeah, the first warrior began to dance. The second warrior began to sing. You don't have to actually sing, it's okay. And then the third warrior began to flex his muscles. The girl paid them no attention and continued walking to the creek. This whole time that they were trying to get this girl's attention, there was a dirt dauber watching them. I need someone to be my dirt dauber. Someone want to be our dirt dauber? Just stand right here. Yeah, over here. This way. Yeah, right. The dirt daubers looked at the boys and said, "What are you doing?" Follow me. Say it again.
What are you doing?
The warriors said, "We're trying to impress the girl."
Trying to press the girl.
He said, I was trying to show off my dance moves.
I was trying to show off my dance move.
I was trying to sing for her.
I was trying to sing.
I was trying to show her my muscles.
I was trying to show her my muscles.
The dirt dauber said, you look crazy.
You look crazy.
Come here. The dirt dauber said, watch.
Watch.
I can get the girl's attention.
I can get the girl's attention.
I'll make her talk to me,
I'll make her talk to me,
wave at me,
wave at me,
and even chase me.
even chase me.
The warriors laughed because they didn't believe that Dirt Dauber could do it. They said, Dirt Dauber, you're just a bug. There's no way that you can beat us. So the Dirt Dauber flew over to the girl, and he began to fly around her, so walk around the girl. And the girl began to swat at Dirt Dauber. The warriors were watching, and they said, look, that girl's waving at Dirt Dauber, trying to get his attention. And then the Dirt Dauber, just stand right there. The Dirt Dauber flew down the girl's shirt, and the girl began to yell at Dirt Dauber. Yell at her like this. And to yell at Dirt Dauber, and the warriors were watching, and they said, look, that girl is talking to Dirt Dauber. And then the girl got so mad at Dirt Dauber, so she picked up a stick, and she followed Dirt Dauber. Okay, come over here. The warriors were watching, and they said, look, that girl is chasing Dirt Dauber. The girl got so mad that she came over here, and she found Dirt Dauber's house. And she said, Dirt Dauber,
Dirt Dauber,
I'm going to throw your house in the fire.
I'm going to throw your house in the fire.
So she found Dirt Dauber's house, and she threw it in the fire. The next morning, she came back to the fire, hoping to find Dirt Dauber's house all burnt up. She began searching through the ashes, but instead she found that Dirt Dauber's house had hardened like a rock. She knew that Dirt Dauber had made his house out of clay, so she got a brilliant idea. She came back down to the creek. She found the clay like the one Dirt Dauber uses to make his house, and she began to mold it into a bowl. Act like you're molding the clay. Yeah. She went back to the fire. Come back to the fire. She came back to the fire, and she too threw that bowl into the fire. She left it overnight, and she came back the next morning. She searched through the ashes and found that it too was hard like a rock. This is a story of how a young Cherokee girl made the first Cherokee pot. I want all of our actors to step up. Bow for the crowd. Give our actors a hand. Thank you guys for helping me with this story. Okay, you guys want to go back to your seats? Thank you. And I will hand the mic back over to Kristen, I believe.
Widow Miss Leah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are such enjoyable stories, and I love for the little ones to get a chance to be involved and to be a part of that. And I love to see we have a history of oral traditions, and that's how for so long we've passed on a lot of our life ways, passed on our knowledge, some of those lessons. Some of you all probably remember you never got a straight answer. There was always a story, right? And then you had to figure it out yourself. And so it's nice to see those continue on and to see those legacies continue. So we appreciate that so much, Miss Leah. And now that you're cozy and comfortable, but you were able to catch a drink of water, thank you so much, Kenzie, for that. I have some results. I do. So that means we also have goodie bags for everyone. So Miss Leah, do you mind joining us back on stage? And Shelby, if you don't mind helping her pass out some of those, then we're going to go ahead and call all of our 4 to 6 year old contestants back to the stage. Thank you, ladies. Let's line up right there. Perfect. Thank you so much, girls. You look wonderful, and you all did so good this evening. We have, yes, a big round of applause for everyone. I remember, honestly, I don't remember standing up there at 4, but I remember standing up there at 18. That was not in the 1980s, I would like to add, but I was quivering about this time and needing some snacks. Ladies, you need some snacks? Are you ready for some snacks? For sure. Well, we have some snacks for everyone, and we got some goodies for everyone as well. So we're so proud of each and every one of you, and I think we have some gifts in there from Miss Leah too. Yeah, let's see what's in there. Some pencil bags. Nice. Those are fun. I think those came from Johnson O'Malley. And some fun pencils. I think some t-shirts in there. We have such good stuff. Some thank you notes. She said, Mom, remind her to read that when you get back to the car. So don't forget that. We got some pens. While they're going through those, we're going to go ahead and read what I have here in my hands. So, for our 4 to 6 year old girls, our first runner-up this evening is Miss Camille Teehee. Yay, Camille. Ooh, those are nice. Got some green ones. Harley, can I borrow that one? Can we trade? I have a red one. We can just go back and forth. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Thank you so much, sweetie. I'll get you that red one, I promise, okay? Well, here, how about you hold on to this one and we'll exchange afterwards, okay? Thank you so much, sweetie. And see, you guys can't let me ad-lib up here. I will end up swiping a young child's t-shirt. And our 2022-2023 Little Cherokee Ambassador is Miss Winnie Asbill. We have CDs. Who cares, guys? Are you guys clapping for the CDs? We have some good stuff in there. Carson, what's in your bag, dear? We have notebooks. We have Miss Cherokee activity books. There is so much in there. I hope there's some gifts for the MCs. Kenzie, judges, can we get some? If you guys get these, I'll split them with you. There's so much good stuff here in the bags. So we appreciate all of the programs who have helped make such wonderful goodie bags. I'm glad they were a hit for everyone. Well, ladies, thank you all so much. If you want to take your goodie bags, take all of your prizes back to your parents and show them. You keep that one, and we'll trade later, okay, Harley? Thank you, dear. Yes. Congratulations to such wonderful contestants this evening. And let's move on to the 7 to 9. Thank you, ladies. Hi, sweetie. How many do we have? We got 5 here. Let's come to the middle of the stage. Let's come right here. There you go. And line up. Miss Justine, do you want us a little closer? Is this better right here, you think? Okay, let's come, everybody come stand next to me. There we go. Perfect. Yes. Oh, I don't get to be a contestant anymore. They told me I'm too tall. So I know, I don't think the sash would fit me. So let's everyone look at Miss Justine right here, and we're going to get some photos of all of our lovely, lovely contestants this evening for our 7 to 9 age division. And I think we've got some treats and some prizes coming out to everyone. So they're going to hand those to you. They're all very unique and very, very special. Okay. Thank you, ladies. So, I think there's probably about the same goodies in there that our 4 to 6 year olds have. But man, those bags look heavy, don't they? Are they heavy, full of prizes? Yeah, I hope you're excited to get into them. Well, what I have in front of me here says that for our 7 to 9 year old girls this evening, our first runner-up is Miss Carly Scraper. Congratulations, Carly. And our 2022-2023 Little Cherokee Ambassador for this year to serve as our 7 to 9 year old is Miss Aaliyah Teehee. Congratulations. Congratulations to everyone. We are so proud of all of you all. And we hope you all enjoy those snacks. They didn't pull snacks out, but I saw them put snacks in your bags. Ladies, thank you all so, so much. Do you want to join your parents back down there? So proud of all of them. How long can I delay the 7 to 9 boy? Can I drag this on? Let's go ahead and I'll have all of those contestants come up this evening. Mr. Cross, would you like to be William or Cross? Either one? You know, let's go full name on this one. How's that sound? Sound pretty good? Okay, well, let me look here. So for our 7 to 9 year old boys, for 2022-2023 contestant, actually number 2, Mr. William Cross Anderson. Congratulations, sir. Thank you so much. Wado, Miss Leah, and thanks for making those gift contributions to our little ones as well. We really, really appreciate that. Things kind of shift gears a little bit for our 10 to 12 division. We've got some that they've just insisted on introducing themselves, and so we are happy to oblige. And we have a few of them, and I can't wait to hear what they have to share with us this evening. So if Miss Brandy has our first contestant, let's see who that is this evening. Can you see who that is, Shelby?
Our first contestant this evening in the 10 to 12 age group is Miss Olivia.
Sianiga gate dawadon, taldu yawade tied, jalagi jundel kwasti, tigadel kwaski. Uhalen awatasa, salunge jinel. Digagayalage, taladu ale diasola. Nak noji odalanala. Tal ani chuj, tal osti tal anige huge. Hello everybody, my name is Leah Darty. I'm 12 years old and I go to the Cherokee Immersion School. My parents are Colleen and Steve Darty. There are 4 of us kids, 2 boys and 2 of us girls. Bueno.
We have a few questions for you this evening. And so the first question is, how old do you have to be to vote in the Cherokee Nation election? And when is the next Cherokee Nation election?
You have to be 18 years old, but you also have to be registered. And the next election is next year in 2023.
Our second question is, name one Cherokee community value and describe what it means to you.
I think it all really depends on what community you come from. But my dad grew up in the Bell community, and I did also. And what he talks about is this Cherokee community garden and how they all helped work on it. And even the little kids, the elders, and they all helped each other. And I think that's what him and my mom tried to teach us, is that helping others is helping everyone.
And your last question is about how many first language Cherokee speakers are there, and what do you think that means?
I think before COVID hit, they estimated to about 2,000 first language speakers. Now I think there's around 1,700 to 1,800. And I think that means that our language is in an emergency and how it's dying off really fast, and how we need to find a way to learn it quick and learn from our elders and learn what they know. And that's what I plan on doing, me and my family plan on doing, in order to help save our language.
Wado Olivia. And it looks like this evening you will be sharing with us about the bow and arrow.
So I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the bow and arrow. Bows were used often for hunting and war, but the first thing you're going to do to start off with your bow is you're going to get your wood in the wintertime, around January, February, where the dark of the moon, where the sap is in the ground, and you're going to cut it into pie-like sections. Something like this. It should end up like this, but don't eat it. And then you're going to let that season for at least a year, and then you're going to find your growth ring. You're going to find your growth ring, and you only need one growth ring. You don't want 2 or 1 overlapping the other, because if there's 2 or 1 overlapping the other, it could break or snap, and you could end up with 2 black eyes at the end of the day. So you only need 1 growth ring. And what you're going to do is you're going to stay on that 1 growth ring, and you're going to start to shave it down. And then you're going to draw out your bow. And as you can see here, this one is already drawn out. And you're going to start to chop it out, and you're going to start to chop it out. You're going to start to chop it out, and you got to make sure both limbs bend evenly. And then you're going to wax, and then you're going to oil it down with bear grease, bear fat, or cooking oil if that's all you have at home. The string was made out of salol and ogen, groundhog and squirrel skin, or yawn, bear intestines, bear guts. But nowadays we just use B55, and you can just order that from Amazon. So, and it really is just a twisting process. And then you're going to wax it down with beeswax. Sit that side. Next, now your arrows. The arrows were made out of any type of hardwood. But one we like to use the most was river cane, because river cane was easy to straighten. It was also easy to work with. And you could find it anywhere, really. Your feathers the feathers would have been wild turkey feathers. It would either have been a 3-feather fletch or a 2-feather fletch. And as you can see here, I have both. The points were made out of anything really, like anything hard, like bone and wood. But we like to use flint a lot. Tonight, I have a hunting point and I have a war point. Now, the hunting point, the difference is that the hunting point was wrapped and glued down by sap. And the war point was only glued down because when it hit the body, it would stay in the body, and the only way to get it out was really just to push it all the way through. And now I'm going to try and blow your minds and shoot for you. So I know it seems like an easy process. It really isn't. It could take weeks to make a bow. There were some things I didn't even mention, which is straightening out a bow. That's a whole nother process I could get on, but I'm not going to tonight. Wado Nagad, and thank you for your time. Don da da ko hain. Wado.
Wado, Miss Olivia. And with that, we will bring up our next contestant. And this is contestant number 2, Avery. As she makes her way to the stage, she will stop and introduce herself.
Osio, Nagada, Sigi, Dawado, Kawayo, Junela, Skohi, Yawada Tiad. Hello everyone, my name is Avery Raper. I live in Pryor. I am 10 years old. I attend 5th grade at Lincoln Elementary. I enjoy basketball, reading, and cheerleading. Wado.
Wado Avery. We have a couple questions for you this evening. And so the first question is, how old do you have to be to vote in the Cherokee Nation election, and when is the next Cherokee Nation election?
To vote in a Cherokee Nation election, you have to be 18. The next Cherokee Nation election is June 3rd, 2023.
Your second question is, name one Cherokee community value and describe what it means to you.
We all should live helping one another. We should help our elders and people who might need assistance.
And your last question is about how many First Cherokee language speakers are there, and what do you think that means?
There are under 2,000 First Language Cherokee speakers. This means we should be helping preserve our language.
Wado Avery. And this evening, Avery will be sharing a story with us.
Long ago, there were 3 warriors, huge and handsome. They went from village to village to make sure everything was being done right. Children were being taught, mothers were being taken care of, and elders were being respected. At these villages, women tried to get the warriors' attention, but they were too busy to look for a wife. Until one day, they met an Wado, beautiful woman, using her little basket like this one to get water to take back to her grandparents so she could take care of them. The warriors were trying to figure out a plan to get her attention. They thought of things that would impress her, so they started singing and dancing and showing off their muscles. She paid no attention to them. One day a mud dauber, and then the mud dauber came up and said, "What are you guys doing?" They said, "We are trying to get that girl's attention." When the girl came back, the mud dauber looked and realized she was really beautiful. So he told the warriors, when she comes back, I'll get her to wave at me. I'll get her to talk to me, and I'll get her to chase me. So when she came back, the dirt dauber came up and started flying in front of her face. And she started swatting at him. And the warriors were watching, and it looks like she was waving at him. So they said, "Hey, look, she's waving at him like he said she would." So the mud dauber flew back, and she went off back to her grandparents' house. The mud dauber told them, "Now, I'll get her to talk to me, and I'll get her to chase me." So when she came back again, the mud dauber flew above her and flew down her shirt. She screamed, "Get out of my shirt! Get out of my clothes!" The mud dauber came out laughing. She said, "Don't try that again or I'll hit you with this stick." The mud dauber said, "Just try." So the girl picked up the stick and started trying to hit him, and he was flying away and ducking and dodging, and she was chasing him, trying to hit him. Eventually, she got frustrated and just threw the stick. She missed him, but she realized the mud dauber's nest was sitting on a tree nearby, so she grabbed it and she said, "I have your house. I'm going to throw it in this fire." The mud dauber says, "Go ahead." So she throws it into the fire. And as it is burning up, the mud dauber says, "I'll just make another one tomorrow." So the next day, the girl comes back and she is looking around for the mud dauber. She says, "Who does he think he is? He can't just fly down my shirt and my clothes." So she's poking around in the fire and she takes out mud dauber's nest, and it's hard as rock. So she gets an idea. She goes and grabs mud dauber's clay and forms a small pot. Then she puts it in the fire after it's dried and lets it set in there. The next day she takes it out and it too is hard as rock. So she's able to take a big pot of water back to her grandparents so she can take care of them like she is supposed to. Wado.
Wado. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us? Does that wrap it up? Okay. Do you want to join your family in the audience? Yeah. They look eager to have you back, so you can go join them. The door's opening. Can only mean one thing. I could actually mean a few things, but I hope it means that Miss JC is on her way to join us this evening, and that's what it looks like. JC, come join us on stage and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sio, Nigad, Uwado Listi Dawado, Sko, Yawade Tiada, Prior, Ginela, Wado. Hello, my name is Shacy Scraper. I am 10 years old. I am from Pryor, Oklahoma, and I am the daughter of Jeff and Samantha Scraper. Thank you.
Widow JC. The judges have prepared 3 questions for you, okay? The first question, how old do you have to be to vote in the Cherokee Nation election, and when is the next Cherokee Nation election?
You have to be 18 years or older. The next election is in June 2023.
Okay, do you want to hold this mic? Is that easier for you? Okay, you take this one, and I got a spare one in my pocket. Feel better? Yes. Question number 2. Name one Cherokee community value and describe what that means to you.
Gaduji. It means people coming together as one and working to help one another.
Wado. And the final question. About how many first language Cherokee speakers are there, and what do you think that means?
There are about 2,000. I think it means if the language is not passed on, the language could die.
Wado. Well, do you have a story prepared for us? Mm-hmm. Are you ready to share that with us right now? Okay, well, I will take that microphone and you can head over to the other microphone and you share that story with us, okay?
Okay. Long ago, a man and woman lived together in harmony, until one day they began to quarrel. At last, the woman left her husband and began walking east towards the sun. The man, after realizing what had happened, followed behind quickly, grieving. But the woman kept walking, never looking back, until one day the Creator, Unethlanal, looked down and took pity on the man. Unethlanal asked the man if he was still angry with his wife, to which he replied no. Unethlanal then asked the man if he would like to have his wife back, to which he eagerly replied yes. Unethlanal realized the man had truly felt sorry for his actions and decided to help him. So, Unethlanal caused a patch of kuaya, or huckleberries, to appear along the woman's path. Yet she paid no attention and kept walking. The woman, Unethlanal, then caused a patch of kanugala, or blackberries, to appear along the woman's path. Yet once again she paid no attention and kept walking. The woman kept passing by the berries, paying no attention. The woman kept passing by the berries, paying no attention. The woman kept walking till she came to a patch of red, ripe ani, or strawberries. As she kneeled down to eat a few, she began to have fond memories of her and her husband together, and she realized how much she truly missed him. The woman filled her basket with berries and began her way home. On her walk, she kindly met her husband, and they returned home together. Today, when the Cherokee people eat strawberries, they are reminded of the sweetness of the berry, the importance of friendship, and to always be kind to one another. And to this day, this is why the ani, or strawberry, is known as the friendship or love berry.
Wado, JC. That concludes our girls for the 10 to 12-year-old division. And I believe we have one gentleman left for this age division, as well as for the evening. I hope that everyone's had a good time with us here this evening. I know that I've enjoyed all of their presentations and learned a little bit, and sad to know that I don't have to eat all the kanachi at once now. I could save some of it, but outside of that, it's been a really pleasurable evening. And I'm sure Mr. Cannon has something to share with us this evening. Contestant number 2.
Osio Nagad Asama Dawdo Taladu Yawadetiag Delikwa Janela. Hello everyone, my name is Cannon, and I'm 12 years old and I live in Tahlequah. Thank you.
Wado, Cannon, you gonna come join us? Miss Shelby has some questions prepared for you, okay? Do you want to go ahead and hold this microphone? That might be easier for you.
Yeah. So your first question this evening is, how old do you have to be to vote in the Cherokee Nation election, and when is the next Cherokee Nation election?
You have to be 18 to vote in the Cherokee Nation election, and the next election is in 2023.
Your second question is, name one Cherokee community value and describe what it means to you.
I'd say the language, because it's been used by our elders, and our elders want to pass it down to us, and that is what makes the language special.
And your last question is about how many first language Cherokee speakers are there, and what do you think that means?
There are less than 2,000, and I think that means that we should start learning the language, because if our elders pass away and we don't learn the language, then the language could die out. And the language was very special in our culture.
Wado, and it looks like you have prepared a Cherokee song for us this evening.
Yes.
I have all the microphones over here if we need a handheld. We good, thanks.
Squatini sesti Yehowa Elidiga Isai Jiwana Gathli U Aya Jothini Gidini Nigo Hila Skiseli Skestio Go Nigo Hila Skiseli Skestio Go Galasina Ela Kono Jolly Ginolesai Ski Galena Ela Kono Ala Kona Gisai Ski Steli Ski Tisa Sesi Yogo Nigo Hila Dola Gonna Gisani.
Widow Cannon. Okay, you can join your parents and or your family in the audience if you'd like to. See the judges back there. Just can see them sweating from here. Thought it was hot up here on stage, but goodness, that judges table must be warm this evening too. But I can imagine they definitely have a really, really difficult job here, but we appreciate their time. We appreciate them volunteering. Everything that you've seen here this evening is based on volunteer work, which is true across the entire Cherokee National Holiday. And every year I reach out to volunteers and, hey, it's that time of year. You're gonna be available. And everyone is so excited to be here, and the responses are always astounding. And so this program is definitely a labor of love, and I hope that shows. And I hope that your little ambassadors feel that this evening, and because that's really important to us. And Shelby, I'm just so proud of each and every one of them tonight. And how do you feel about what you've seen tonight?
It's very inspiring to see these young Cherokee youth on this stage demonstrating their cultural knowledge by answering questions, but also sharing a culture presentation. It takes a lot of courage at any age to get up in front of a crowd and present your knowledge. And so I'm very honored to have been able to witness this tonight.
Wow, it's been such a pleasure to share this stage with you, and thinking about that and how we've both kind of come full circle here this evening, and looking at the young ones on stage, those who maybe have competed in the 4 to 6, and now we see them in the 10 to 12, and just wondering, is this the beginning of their own forged legacy? And just makes me think that this year's Cherokee National Holiday theme couldn't be any more appropriate than what we've seen here tonight. And I'm curious if you feel like serving as Little Cherokee Ambassador. Well, you served as Little Miss Cherokee, and for 4 to 6, remember, Chief of Staff and I are both from the 80s, and so correct me if I'm wrong, but you served as Little Miss Cherokee for 4 to 6, Little Miss Cherokee for 7 to 9. We had a program title change, and we moved over to Little Cherokee Ambassadors. You went on to serve for 10 to 12. And then I'm going to need a bottle of water up here to to get through all of these. Then on to Junior Miss Cherokee as well, and now you sit here with me this evening as Miss Cherokee. So do you think there's any correlation between all of those things?
Absolutely. I think at the beginning of the program, when you were describing that Wicket love seat, I actually started my journey on the Little Miss Cherokee stage in that same seat. And so I definitely didn't realize it at the time, being just 3 and 4 years old, but that certainly shaped exactly who I became and the titles that I've been able to hold throughout my lifetime. But the Little Cherokee Ambassador Program, and really any Cherokee Nation youth leadership program, is just a great learning experience. It's a great way to continue not only showing your knowledge and what you've been able to gain, but also continue to learn more. I think it's really important as Cherokee people to be lifelong learners, and what better age group to start than the youth, and we've seen a shining example of that on this stage tonight. But along with that, leadership skills, being able to be 3 and 4 years old all the way through 12 years old on this stage had definitely shaped my leadership skills, whether that be public speaking, being able to speak in large and small groups. Those skills are invaluable throughout all of our lives, not even just in Cherokee Nation leadership programs, but looking at our education and our career. The skills that I learned on this stage are definitely ones that I have continued to carry with me. But definitely it's crazy to think that my journey started as a Little Cherokee Ambassador when I was 3 years old, and I think if I did the math right, that's about 2004 when this journey started for me. And so it's very surreal to be closing this chapter tomorrow, but I'm very excited that this program has continued to thrive and that many more Cherokee youth get to continue to seek these opportunities and grow from them. And it's certainly going to continue strengthening our Cherokee Nation for generations to come. So,
I believe it. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. And so you have had the opportunity to serve as Miss Cherokee for the last year. And I know the beginning of that year was a quiet one, and you won your title right here on this stage, but it was a pretty empty room. It was one of our only few in-person events, but it was very, very limited. And so your year started out pretty slow, and we always erred on the side of caution as we've talked about this evening, and wanted to make sure that the health of our elders, the health of our babies were always a priority, and we wanted to make sure that we kept everyone safe during the beginning of your reign. But what's it looked like since then? What's it like to be Miss Cherokee? What does Miss Cherokee do on the regular?
So it's definitely a little bit of everything, I would say, kind of how you mentioned at the beginning, being a slower start. It was a very unique experience for this title to really dive into the world of social media and being able to share our culture even on a larger scale than we have before. So I was really lucky to work with Cherokee Nation Communications. A few of them are sitting here this evening, but to really expand how we share Cherokee culture and knowledge across our reservation, but also at large and ultimately the world. And so being able to have Miss and Junior Miss Cherokee participate in that way by sharing traditional words, sharing our culture presentations, and just also interacting on that type of scale. It was really awesome to be a part of kind of the first move into that, and I look forward to seeing how this title continues to grow in that atmosphere. But also you have the daily opportunities just to be able to go out and visit our Cherokee communities. Whether that be in the reservation or at large, just community meetings, schools, different events that you have the honor of being invited to. All of these events are a way to continue serving as a goodwill ambassador of the Cherokee Nation, which is the mission of the Miss and Junior Miss Cherokee leadership programs, as well as the Little Cherokee Ambassadors, just to be able to continue sharing our Cherokee history and culture and government with all of our citizens, and just being able to interact on that level. It's a really special responsibility, but also opportunity as Miss Cherokee, just to be able to visit and continue contributing to the progress of our nation.
You talk about that progress, and you talk about how much just the tribe has grown and changed in the last couple of years. And while you were talking, something really caught my attention, and it's the impact. It's the impact of these leadership programs. It's the impact of these titles, and how far and wide that goes. And I remember as Miss Cherokee, one of my first events, I had been Miss Cherokee for 2 or 3 months, and a long time ago when the world was new and the animals could still talk and I was Miss Cherokee, we had bio cards. Mine was even black and white. They were hard copies. And I was invited to a world fair in big old Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so my team got with me, and they brought me stacks and stacks and stacks of these bio cards. And so a long time ago, we'd sign them, and that's how we got to, as Miss Cherokee and Junior Miss Cherokee, really got to visit with people, and they want those cards personalized so you can write messages to them. I have some of yours, but Shelby's got communications on her side here. Ooh, Lauren, I'm in the middle of a story. Excuse me, ma'am. Thank you so much. But you have Kinley, it looks like, and I think Justine here, and with the press of a button, you can reach the world. And I got to, I didn't have to. I got to sign 1,000 bio cards. And that's how I reached 1,000 people that day, and every single one of them were, they were gone, and my autograph or signature or whatever the chicken scratch was that I was able to put on there, they really declined about halfway through. And now you have TikTok on your side and social media, and you can hit those views and reach and make such a larger impact. And so I'm really proud of you, and congratulations on your year and the impact that you've made. And I have in my hand another young lady and another young man who it's going to be their turn this year to make a really big impact as Little Cherokee Ambassador. The role of our 10 to 12-year-old can fluctuate. There's times that Junior Miss Cherokee isn't available, and our 10 to 12-year-old has been pulled up and called to do more than just do official photos, to help greet at those community events and asked to come on stage. And you're really put on the spot sometimes as a 10 to 12-year-old ambassador, aren't you, Leah? And so every role is important, but this one is really a transition age group, and so we're really excited to move on. Miss Leah, do you mind joining us on stage one more time? And I would also like to invite all of our 10 to 12-year-old contestants, please. Yes, they all deserve a round of applause. We have prizes, we've got goodies. Justine, where you want them? There you go. We're going to come up just a little bit further. That works out. And I hope that everyone has just the perfect t-shirt size in there and all your favorite snacks. And just know that those are thank you gifts from all of us in the committee and everyone that's been with you this evening, because we're all so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished today. So we hope that you enjoy your prizes that you get to take home with you this evening. So let's switch things up a little bit and start with the gentleman. How's that sound? You know, we always firmly believe in ladies first, and that's what our Cherokee elders have taught us. But let's get the obvious out of the way, okay? So, Cannon, how you feeling this evening? Good. Feeling pretty good. He's feeling confident, folks. Well, for our 2022-2023 Little Cherokee Ambassador for our 10 to 12-year-old age division, contestant, not number 1, but contestant number 2, Cannon Lane. Congratulations, sir. Yes, congratulations. And for our young ladies, for this year, for our 10 to 12-year-old girls, our first runner-up is Miss Avery Raper. Congratulations, Avery. And our 2022-2023 Little Cherokee Ambassador for our 10 to 12-year-old division is Miss Olivia Beaver. Congratulations, Olivia. Thank you all so much for being here with us this evening. And I would like to, maybe you all can, let's everyone take their bags to your parents. Darty, yes, Miss Olivia Darty, thank you so much. Let's take your bags to your parents, and then I would like to have Miss Olivia come back to stage for me. Mr. Cannon, thank you, sir. Thank you. And let me see some other names. I don't want to mess up on any more. I know we have Miss Winnie. So many over here now. Can I get all my winners to the stage? Let's do that. Miss Aaliyah and Mr. Cross, can you join me on stage as well? Thank you. Okay, so this is where we're going to have lots of folks on stage, and we're all just going to take turns stumbling over ourselves, trying to move quickly to make sure that we don't ruin the photo. So, Chief of Staff, do you mind joining me? And maybe we can dodge the photos together. Actually, only I get to do that. You're going to have to join us for those photos. But let's start with our 4 to 6-year-old. So can we leave Miss Winnie right there by herself, and everyone else join me over here? Yeah, let's start with Miss Winnie. Cross, can you join me? Aaliyah, can you join me over there? Okay, yeah, let's come way over here. You guys hang out with me, and yeah, let's get a before. Let's get a before. There we go. Yes, sir. It is all about Miss Winnie right now. We're going to leave the hard work to Leah and to Shelby, but we're going to jump in and get another official photo with you, sir, as well in just a second. Winnie, you want to stay right there, dear? There you go. The pictures are always a lot more difficult after that crown goes on, so I'm glad that we got a before for sure. How's it fitting? How's it feeling? This is just it. Like this is it for the next 12 months. Winnie's brothers are in the audience, and I think that it's worth mentioning them. They missed the dignitary sign-in sheet. And so, like all good former dignitaries, I think they snuck in the side door. But Misters Asbill, we've got Lucas, and we have Jonah in the audience, former Little Mr. Cherokee's Little Cherokee ambassadors as well. They served for us for actually pretty rare, and they might be one of the questions we start asking one of these days. They served for 2 years, so during the time of the pandemic, we wanted to make sure that they got a chance to fulfill their responsibilities, and so I'd like to acknowledge them. But ladies and gentlemen, we have our 4 to 6-year-old 2022-2023 Little Cherokee Ambassador, Miss Winnie Asbill. Okay. Winnie, do you want to come over here and join me, dear? Okay. There's the life. Uh-oh, and the crown too. We will get lots of practice in before tomorrow evening, okay? Why don't you look right here at me, dear? There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Mr. Bunch, I know you know your work is hard, but these ambassadors, they put in every day as well. Okay, come here, sweetie. You want to come stand by me? There you go. There you go. Okay. Who are my 7 to 9-year-olds? We have Miss Aaliyah and Mr. Cross. How about you two? Take center stage right there. Chief of Staff's going to stand right there with you. He's going to get a good photo in there. That way we have all of the options. Perfect. Thank you so much. And Cross, if you'll come this direction just a little bit, and let's take care of Aaliyah. Yeah, we're gonna get her sash on and the crown. Looks wonderful. Congratulations, Aaliyah. Okay. Cross, do you want to scoot in closer? And we're going to let Aaliyah stay right where she is until we adjust to that crown. And I can help with this part. Yes. Well, I say I can. I don't know that I can or not. There you go. I'll let you take that. Okay. And if you want to get that around Cross, then we will be ready. Perfect. Yes. Let's see what we can add. These official photos, folks, they are... Congratulations. Yeah, let's go ahead and come this way for me. And if my 10 to 12-year-olds can kind of work their way, let's start with Miss Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. Ladies and gentlemen, your 10 to 12-year-old Little Miss Cherokee Ambassador, Olivia Daugherty. The composure of all of them, is that not just wonderful? Yeah, let's squeeze in there. Thank you. And our 2022-2023 10 to 12-year-old boy is Mr. Kanan Lane. Yeah. Let's get Olivia in there now. Perfect. And our next photos, I think let's do a full group. Let's get all of our newly recognized Little Cherokee ambassadors for 2022, 2023. I'd like to invite Junior Miss Cherokee, and I believe we have Miss Muskogee Creek Nation with us this evening. We'd love to have you on stage if you're available. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. This does conclude our 2022-2023 Little Cherokee Ambassador Competition. Thank you so much for being here, and feel free to take all the time you need here on stage. Wado.